Hello everyone. Today we start with the phases of photosynthesis. We had in the earlier part we had discussed about what is photosynthesis and the structure of chloroplast. Today we talk about the reactions. Now photosynthesis is having two phases. Let's see. Now photosynthesis is having two phases, light reaction and dark reaction. Light reaction is also called as Hill reaction. It was given by the scientist Hill, and it is also called as photochemical reaction. Now this is photo with the help of light. The chemical reaction takes place in the grana of the chloroplast, that is in the thylakoids. The site of occurrence of this reaction is the thylakoids. Whereas the dark reaction is called as Calvin reaction, and it is also called as biosynthetic reaction. Now this dark reaction doesn't mean that it takes place in the dark. That means this light reaction is light dependent reaction. So this is the first phase through which the photosynthesis will start. But this dark reaction is light independent reaction. So the end products of light reaction will form the raw materials for the dark reaction, and the end products of dark reaction will form the raw materials for the light reaction. So this is a cyclic reaction which occurs. Now we start with the light reaction. Very first, as the sunlight falls on the chlorophyll, it activates because the chlorophyll is absorbing photons, and it gets activated by this because the leaf cells are having water in them. So it is the photolysis of water. Photolysis means with the light, the breakdown of water takes place into its ions, that is hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. So the water breaks down with the help of light into its components, and there is rearrangement of hydroxyl parts which forms water and oxygen, the life supporting gas. Yes, and then we say that there is photophosphorylation. Photo means with the help of light, the phosphorus is converted into high grade energy. That means it is a conversion of low grade energy into high grade energy. Now there is the conversion of low grade energy, that is ADP, adenosine diphosphate, with the help of IP. I is inorganic phosphate, and the electron carrier, it is converted into ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So this is helping with the help of sunlight, that is photons. So this is photophosphorylation. And there is the reduction of NADP. Full form of N is nicotinamide, A adenine, D dinucleotide, P phosphate. So this is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So this is converted with the help of hydroxyl ions and the energy carrier. It is converted into NADPH, that is a reduced form of NADP. Now we come to the end products of the light reaction, that is NADPH, ATP and oxygen. So this oxygen is formed by the rearrangement of water molecules, hydroxyl ions. Now we come to the dark reaction. Dark reaction, we say that it is light independent reaction, biosynthetic reaction. That means in this reaction the formation of glucose takes place from the carbon dioxide which enters the leaf cells through stomata. So we say that over here, as the carbon dioxide is converted into glucose molecules with the help of NADPH and RUBP. RUBP is a catalyst, which is the full form is ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. Ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. So this is acting as a catalyst. So it, with the help of carbon dioxide and water and ATP and NADPH, it is converted into glucose. So this glucose, now as the photosynthesis is occurring, large parts of glucose are formed. So hundreds of glucose molecules will be converted into one molecule of starch, and the space will be again left free for more of photosynthesis to occur. So this reaction is called as polymerization. That is the conversion of hundreds of glucose molecules into one molecule of starch. So starch is a polymer, and this reaction is called as polymerization. Now we come to the adaptations in the leaves to perform photosynthesis. Very first is the large surface area. Large surface area is to absorb maximum sunlight, so that as the leaves are narrow, so to minimize the transpiration, but over here the leaf surface is more, so more photosynthesis can occur. Then the leaves are arranged at right angles so that maximum sunlight can be absorbed. Then the cuticle and upper epidermis is very transparent so that it can absorb the light to enter freely, and it is there for photosynthesis. Then the number of stomata are numerous. So more stomata for rapid exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Then the leaves are very thin. So as they are thin, that reduces the distance between the leaf cells for the transportation of oxygen. And now we come to the more chloroplasts. They are concentrated on the upper epidermis. So as the palisade cells are very closely arranged, so the leaf cells are having more of chloroplast in them. and the veins system, that is the arrangement of the veins and veinlets, is widely distributed in the entire leaf part from the mesophyll cells for the rapid exchange of things. Now we come to the factors which affect photosynthesis. Now these factors we are dividing into two parts, external and internal. External is the carbon dioxide content, the light factor, the temperature and water content. Now this carbon dioxide content, there is transpiration, the photosynthesis is occurring with increase in sunlight to a certain limit only, and it gets stabilized at 0.5 surface, that is 0.02% of carbon dioxide. But this, if this is increased to 0.03%, then it is increasing, and then again it gets stabilized. Then we come to the temperature. Now temperature, with the rise of temperature, the photosynthesis also increases. There is more of photosynthesis till 35 degrees centigrade, and then the reaction is till above 40 it falls, because the enzymes are destroyed at the upper surface. So the maximum photosynthesis occurs between 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. Now we come to the water content. As the leaf cells are full of water, so they are having more of photosynthesis, as the photolysis will occur at the very first reaction. So we say that as the leaf cells, because they lose water due to transpiration, so as the water content in the leaf cells is less, transpiration photosynthesis is also less. Now we come to internal factors. Internal factors, very first we talk about chlorophyll. Chlorophyll occurs due to the loss of nutrients in them. As the loss of minerals is there, so chlorophyll formation is less and photosynthesis is also less. Then the protoplasm. Protoplasm is, as the protoplasm is having less of water, so it gets dehydrated, and there is accumulation of the carbohydrates in them, and the photosynthesis is very less. Then we come to the structure of leaf. Structure of leaf we talk about is that the leaf cells are the thickness of the leaf, the distribution of the stomata, the size of leaf. This all is helping in the amount of carbon dioxide which enters. Thank you so much.